right, what's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Armon, and we're back with another video. Get in here, everybody, get in here, because we got to get into some things. All right, so Doja Cat has recently done an interview following her VMA performance, and she was asked about, features and collaborations, and she basically said that she is going to be more choosy about collaborations and people that she does music with, because now it feels like people are just getting on records to get on records, and there's a lot of remixes happening and things like that. I'm going to play you this audio, and then we're going to talk about it.
You have great collaborations on the album as well. You've collaborated with so many people, though, just in such a short amount of time, I have to say as well.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that you're like, I really want to collaborate with them and I haven't been able to yet?
I've been trying to be more careful about who I'm collaborating with. And not to say that the people on my album are like, they're incredible. Like, they are the perfect features on my album. But I do want to be more choosy about what I'm doing, because I feel like a lot of features are coming out, and it feels like people are just getting on each other's songs for the sake of having them on each other's songs, and I want to be really careful about that. So, sometimes it's too much collabs and remixes and things like that.
Congratulations.
Too much collabs and remixes and things like that. Okay, so let's talk about it, because you guys are going to get in here and say I'm reaching and I'm feeling away and this and the third, because I understand you guys want to like Doja Cat because Nicki Minaj is not producing. And Doja Cat is the only thing that you could try to use to pit up against Cardi B, as far as number and success, because Nicki Minaj is just not matching up. I get it. So we'll have that. But let's talk about this for a second. Wow, two things can be true at the same time. Let's talk about the first thing that can be true. The first thing that can be true is the fact that this is a very smart move. This is very strategic, and this is preserving your brand. This is preserving who you are. I don't have a problem with that. I totally understand, like, okay, wow, it's getting a little crazy. It's getting saturated. I don't need to, put my voice on everything. I don't need to work with everybody. I need to be more selective in the process. Everybody does not deserve a collab with me. I don't need to work with everybody. My star is getting bigger. What this says to me, well, I'll get into that. So I get that. I get it. But another thing that can be true is the fact that I feel like this was a little shade to Bia and Nicki Minaj. And before you guys say, oh, well, Nicki Minaj is getting ready to sign with her management deal. What does that mean? They don't have to like each other. And Nicki Minaj has not officially signed with their management deal. I won't believe that it's no beef between them two until I see them on a record together, period. Or until I see her shout Doja Cat out, or at least follow her back on Instagram, period. I don't care what you say. She's not following her. She's not showing any support to her. And I don't care. Nicki Minaj is not fooling with Doja Cat. Doja Cat knows it. It's very much so understood. And like I said before, well, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I do feel like this is a little bit of shade towards Nicki Minaj and Bia. The whole remixes thing, to me, that was a bit shade. And also, that was a little bit of shade to Megan Thee Stallion, because we know the girl that has been on every remix, the person that has been remixed on everything, the person that has been collabing on everything for the last 2 summers, damn near, has been Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, and I've already told you, I don't care what anybody has to say in the comments. I've heard it firsthand that Doja Cat does not respect Megan Thee Stallion, that she doesn't really think Megan Thee Stallion is talented. I've heard it, and she thinks that Megan Thee Stallion is one-dimensional. I don't care what anybody says to me in the comments. I've heard this personally from a very reliable source. So I don't care what you got to say. So you can have at it. But I think that was a diss towards Meg as well. So those are my thoughts on that. And here's my main thing. This is what I've been wanting to get to. She's phony. That's the biggest thing, because the way that she understands, this is what I was talking about before in a previous video that I did with her. The way that she understands, like, oh, there's a lot of collabs happening. It seems like people are just working together to work together. She's very coherent. She's very conscious of what's going on She's very strategic in what she does and who she works with. I already said this. So now to say, oh, you're going to be very picky and choosy, and then things feel like it's a lot of remixes and it's a lot of this. Yeah, girl, now that you have, what this tells me is, okay, I'm coming out of cancellation. I'm getting a resurgence of spotlight popularity. So now she's pulling back. See, it was all good when she was the loose lady of the night and she was slightly canceled. Because then you seen her jumping on the City Girls record. She was jumping on Sweetie's record. She was jumping on Lil Wayne's record. She was trying to get Nicki Minaj. Oh yeah, Doja Cat was hopping on everything trying to be black. Y'all forgot that. Now, that's kind of fading off of her. She doesn't need them anymore to be relevant. She doesn't need the support of them anymore. Or perhaps she feels like she's done too much for their record, because that Sweetie record was a big deal. And Doja Cat was a big part of that record. Okay? She talk English, Spanish, that City Girls record. Doja Cat really helped that record. So now and it was a good look for her during that time, because that was around the same time where people weren't really fooling with her. And so now she's hosting the VMAs, she's performing, her star is getting brighter again. Her star is brightening up. The controversy is wearing off. Now she's rising through the ranks. Now she's like, okay, oh, I'm being choosy. Now all of a sudden everybody's just jumping on stuff to jump on stuff. Girl, you were the same one that was jumping on stuff to jump on stuff. Be very clear on that. You just did a record, or you just did an interview with the magazine and said that you were waiting for, to do a collab with Nicki. You just got to find the right song. And I get it. People will say, well, that's her being choosy. No, she's being phony. You would have never said this had you not have gotten that Nicki record already. You would have never have said this had Nicki and Bia not done that Whole Lot of Money remix. You would have never said this had Nicki Minaj gotten on your album. No, you might have. But there's something about her that's very calculated and is very phony to me. Now all of a sudden, now you're being choosy. And again, like I said, it's nothing wrong with being choosy, but I just don't feel like I don't believe in coincidences, right? And some people say, well, she's been saying this. Yeah, she's been saying this after she done ran and jumped on everything. She's been saying this since when? Since she realized that she was kind of out of the hole, out of the doghouse, that she was rising, her star was brightening up again. Is that when she started to say it? Here's my thing. I never heard her say it before, and I didn't have to look for it. I didn't even have to look for this audio. This was right in my face. So this is the first time I'm hearing it, and this is the clearest I'm hearing it. So to me, I just feel like Doja Cat is phony, but at the same time, she's very smart because she knows exactly what she's doing. She can't fool me. And by her even understanding, like, oh, I'm going to start pulling back. I'm not going to put you know what you're doing. She's very conscious of how she's moving. I literally just said this in another video. She knows so this also lets me know that if you're that conscious to understand how everybody is moving and how collabs, or you feel like people are just jumping on remixes to jump on remixes and people are jumping on doing collabs just to get on collabs, then you knew exactly what you were doing when you did that Yeah record and imitated Nicki Minaj after she told you that she didn't want to get on the record. And your team stopped sending her records and you just did it yourself and said, thank you, Nicki. I love you. Like, you can't tell me she didn't understand what she was doing there, but she understands that, okay, she needs to now become choosy about who she features on her album or who she works with in general, because she wants, because it's starting to feel like everybody's just jumping on stuff. And what does that mean? I mean, honestly, what does that even mean? It's great to see artists collab. To me, I love to see artists collab and people feature. So I don't understand what the shade is. And I get it. To me, this feels like, girl, I'm rising. I'm not putting my name to everything because, girl, I want people to feel like, oh, you got Doja Cat on the record. I get it. She wants there to be some sort of, exclusivity to her or some sort of premiere or elitist when you get her on the record. I get it. She's working towards it. I understand that wholeheartedly. And I'm not mad at her for that. It's just the fact that she understands that also let me know that she understands this over here in regards to that record. That's what I'm saying. You can't understand the intricacy of this and the strategy of this and not understand the strategy of that. Like, it doesn't work that way. You can't understand that you need to be choosy and you got to be very strategic in where you place your sound and who you work with. But you can't tell me you didn't understand that was weird, that you went and imitated Nicki Minaj, said thank you. She never responded. But it's all love. Girl, please. Y'all can believe that if y'all want to. I don't care. I'm not here to convince you one way or another. She's just further validating my point about how she knows exactly what's going on. And she's very conscious and calculated in the way that she moves. She pretty much just said that she was going to be moving that way. Y'all can play with me if y'all like, girl. Child, please. Doja Cat, she's no dummy. She's phony, but she's no dummy. She knows exactly what she's doing, and she's fake. Talented, but she's phony. Personality, like musically talented. Personality, she's phony. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that. I just thought that was very, very interesting. So yeah, child. Let's move on. Okay, Lady Leshure. I'm so over this. Lady Leshure comes out and says that Atlantic Records wanted to pay her $250,000 to write a diss record to Nicki Minaj.
Is it actually true that you got offered $250K to write a diss track for Nicki and you turned it down?
What? Yeah, it is. Yeah.
What?
Are you only hearing about this now?
I remember hearing about it at the time, but I've never had a chance to actually speak to you about it.
Oh yeah, no, literally, yeah. Genuinely, that's what happened. And that just came from me doing a cover of Look At Me Now, Busta Rhymes. It went on World Star, and then like Atlantic Records was trying to reach out. Fast forward, I'm sitting down in front of this guy with my manager at the time, and he's just like, yeah, we basically want you to do a diss track to Nicki Minaj. This is after I've played him my whole like EP or whatever I've got coming out. And it's like he didn't really care about it. And I just knew something wasn't right. And I went away, I'm not gonna lie, I went back on the flight home, I was bawling, because I'm thinking, yo, this might be my only opportunity to get my mum a house. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't, because fast forward, then Nicki invited me to her tour. And so
that's that integrity.
You always have to go with your gut instinct, man, and
you
integrity.
still got Mumsy a house as well.
This is what I'm trying to
Come
say.
on,
It took a bit long.
Come on.
Okay. My question is this. Just before I go into it, my question is this. How many times are we going to have to hear this same story? I mean, we've heard this every 2 years at this point. Every 2 to 3 years, this comes up. This is not new. And I have people tagging me, oh, Armon is not going to talk about this. Oh, Armon is it? This is not new news. Find me somebody else. It's like, girl, they come and dig her up every 2-3 years to say the same shit. We've heard this already. We get it. Who else? What else? Like, stop trying to make this now, because that's not what it is. This is not what it is now. Now let's go back. I need to preface with that first. However, we can talk about it. It's no tea. And I'm going to let you know. In regards to Atlantic doing that, absolutely. Do I feel like they did it? Hell yeah, I feel like they did it. Are they wrong? No. This girl really can rap. This girl has bars. Atlantic is probably was trying to, everybody at some point wanted a female rapper. And at the end of the day, the way Nicki came into the game, all these girls gonna be picking my fruit out. Competition, yes, I would love some. Anybody can get it. If I'm a record executive, I'm looking for the next girl that can take you out. Period. It's a battle. It's a sport. I'm looking, if I'm the record label and I don't have Nicki Minaj, I want the new chick that's going to be bigger than her. And especially if I'm a big record label and I could foresee the future, or we're doing forecasting, music forecasting, female rap forecasting, and you're seeing that, wow, well, in the next 5 to 10 years, female rap is going to be, there's going to be an influx of female rappers, or with the ever growing social media, this is going to allow, in the streaming era, this is going to allow an influx of new artists, which means there will be an influx of female rappers in the future, and we want to be on top of that. We want to have the next generation's hot girl. I don't see why that's a problem. The big question is, what does that have to do with Cardi B? Because Atlantic wanting her to write a diss record to Nicki Minaj doesn't have anything to do with Cardi B's success, period. All that shows is Atlantic went and they did not stop until they could find a girl that can compete and beat Nicki Minaj. And they did that with Cardi B, period. Cardi B can't out-rap Nicki Minaj, but she can definitely outsell Nicki Minaj. And the thing is, Lady Leshure, while she could have probably rapped up against Nicki Minaj, she was not going to be what they needed. Because why Cardi B was able to be more successful than Nicki Minaj is because Cardi B was social media. Cardi B was more personable. So where she lacked lyrically, she was stronger personality-wise and likability. See, where Nicki was strong lyrically, where she lacked was her terrible attitude and her jacked up personality to some people. You need both or one or the other in certain aspects. You know what I mean? You can be the greatest rapper, but if people don't like you, it doesn't matter. And so a lot of times people were thinking, well, they need somebody to rap. We need somebody to rap. And really, no, you just needed somebody that everybody could like and that was decent looking. Now, am I gonna be front and say what Cardi B did the Hispanic thing not help her? Yes, it helped her. But let's be very clear. Black people were pushing that. Diddy, Charlemagne, Joe Budden, Ebro. They loved it. Everybody was dancing to I Like It Like That. Everybody was loving the Puerto Rican. They loved it. Okay? So don't blame Atlantic for that. Black people was loving that. They loved the spicy caliente Latina. It was what it was. Nicki Minaj just burned a lot of bridges within the industry. But I'm not going to sit here and say that, oh, Atlantic was wrong for wanting a girl that can go up against Nicki Minaj. I mean, because at that time they had nobody. Nicki tried. I mean, somebody tried to put Iggy out. That didn't work. So, is a label wrong for wanting some? Hell, a label is not wrong for wanting somebody that's gonna be bigger and better than Cardi B. Period. Look at Megan Thee Stallion. Everybody wants the lead female rapper. She brings in dollars. That's not a problem to me. Can you rap up against Nicki Minaj? Can you make a diss track on her? What can you do? Can you show me? I mean, it's messy, but it's real life. Can you do it? Are you willing to do it? Are you willing to get in the ring and say that you're better than her? Hell, Nicki was ready. Nicki was willing to do it. She did it to Lil' Kim. She literally did it to Lil' Kim and Itty Biggie Piggy. Then she did it again. And hello, good morning. Did I kill a queen? That Alexander McQueen got the wrist on pole, got the bottles on pole, got the shimmy shimmy, yeah, got the shimmy shimmy. Come on. What the fuck? I look like, bitch, I run this town. What? I mean, I single-handedly annihilated every rapper in the building. Like, I'm Nicki Minaj, Nicki Lewinsky, Nicki the Ninja, Nicki the Boss, Nicki the Harajuku. Like, I don't even know why you girls bother at this point. Like, give it up. It's me. I win. You lose. Whatever she say. This is what she said. They wanted somebody that can go and come back with that energy too. I'm not mad at him. To me, this is not news. And then I don't like when she tries to, oh, it was corporate giants and this against me. Child. A label is going to do what a label has to do. I'm sure there's a label out there trying to find the next nigga that can take Drake out. It's a money game. It's business. It's hip hop. I mean, what are we talking about here? Now she decided not to do it. That was her choice. Perhaps her career could have been a lot farther along. Nicki brought her on tour with her, but look at what has Nicki done for her. Where is her career now? Every time you hear of Lady Leshurr, she's always talking about that moment that she had a conversation with Atlantic Records about doing a diss track to Nicki Minaj. Perhaps she'd be a lot further on. Maybe she should have did it. I don't know, but that was the choice that she made. And so it is what it is. Now, people like to try to somehow string Cardi B into this. I don't think that Cardi B has anything to do with this. Maybe there was a conversation that said, "Hey, girl, you're young, you're a Latina. This is a new you're hip hop. We want you to be bigger than Nicki Minaj." Maybe she said, "Yeah, sure. I want to just be successful and rich. I'll do it. Let's do it. I can rap a little bit. You throw me some writers in there, and I already got the social media. We got something here." And it worked. I mean, is that a problem? I don't see what the problem is with that. Now, if you want to discuss, is she a real rapper or not, that's up to you. That's up to you. Now, as far as Cardi B being put up to be against Nicki Minaj, well, duh. But I feel like she was being put up to be the next best thing. Any person that gets put up is being pit up against whoever's out at the moment, in my opinion. Now, again, like I said, did a lot of Cardi B's initial success come from spite and people being over Nicki Minaj? I believe so, yeah. Industry-wise, people were tired of Nicki. It's just what it is. But am I going to blame Cardi B for catching a lick? No. And then taking it and running with it? No, I'm not. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. And I don't understand why people try to make this like, oh, Cardi B did something. Cardi B didn't do anything but play her role and do what she had to do. And it's continued to work for her. See, this is the same game that Nicki Minaj played and it worked for her. So I don't understand where the difference is. Now that Nicki Minaj is losing, and she's been losing for the last 5 years. Now she's the victim. Now she's online on Twitter deflecting and causing controversy and saying that she's going to get off of Twitter because they banned her and blocked her on Twitter, which I'm not getting into because I don't care. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that whole Doja Cat and Lady Leshure and Atlantic Records thing. I'm interested to know what you guys think about it because I can go on and on and on and on and on about it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments and we'll talk again soon. All right. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and keep that same energy. And I'll see you niggas soon. Peace out.